Hello and welcome back to another tutorial. In this video, we are going to create this custom checkbox and we are going to be using just HTML and CSS. So if you are new to this channel and you are interested in anything web development, make sure you subscribe to this channel and you also leave a like on this video if it helps you out. In the HTML document, type in the exclamation sign and press tab, and this will generate a boilerplate. I will change the title of the document to neon checkbox. And when you refresh, it appears over here. Next, we link the CSS file, style.css. And that's all we need. So in the body element, first create a div section with the class name of wrapper. And this will be the containing div of our checkbox. So we add an input field with the type of checkbox. Remove the name attribute because we don't need it. And the value of the ID attribute should be check. Next, we add a label, and the value of the for attribute should be same as the value of the ID attribute. This way, when you click on the label, the checkbox will be checked. So let's say the checkbox has an inner text of check. And when you click on the label, the checkbox is checked. Remove the inner text because we don't want any inner text with the label. And this will be all for the markup. Now let's add some styles. First, select all elements and reset the margin to 0, the padding to 0, and the box sizing to border box. There will be no spaces, no margins or paddings around the elements. Now we style the body. So we give the body a height of 100 VH and a background color of a black color. And we set the display to flex to turn the body into a flex box. The justify content to center, and the align items also to center. And this will place our content in the direct center of our viewport. Now let's style our input with a type of checkbox. So with the wrapper class name, any input element, first set the display to block, but we will change it to none so that it can vanish. But for now, we maintain the display to block. And now with the wrapper class name, we style any label. So with the label, we also set the display to block. We set the width to 100 pixels and the height to 50 pixels. We add a border so we can see it of 2 pixels solid and a white color. Now let's see where our wrapper div is. So my wrapper div, set the border to 2 pixels solid and a white color. So this is our wrapper div. This is our input with a type of checkbox, and this is our label. So when you click on the label, our checkbox is checked. Now we'll change the display of our input to none so that it can vanish. And remove this wrapper and the border. Now with the label, we add a border radius of 30 pixels. So we can round in the corner. And we set the cursor to pointer so that when you hover over it, we have a human hand. And we add a box shadow of 0 to the right, 0 to the bottom, and 20 pixels and a white color. And this is what we have. And we set the position of the label to relative because we want to attach something to it. Now with the label element, we add a before pseudo element so that we can add some content before the label. The content should be empty and the position should be absolute so that it will stick to our label, because we set the position of the label to relative. Set the width to 35 pixels and the height also to 35 pixels. And the top positioning, we set it to 50% so that to be in the middle, and the left to 5 pixels. And we set a transform property to translate y by negative 50 pixels so that it will be at the direct middle. Now let's make it visible. So we add a background color of white, and this is the before pseudo element. And we set the border radius to 50% to rounding it to make it a circle. This is the initial design of our checkbox. Now when you click on the label, our checkbox should be checked. So when the checkbox is checked, what should happen to the circle here? Now it's my input when it is checked. So with the checked pseudo class, we take any label elements which are sibling to it. So we use the plus to target the sibling element. Any before pseudo element, what should happen to it? So the background color, we set it to a neon green color. This is what we have. You set the left positioning to 55 pixels to shift it to the side. Now you want a smooth transition. So you go into the before pseudo element declaration block and add a transition of all 0.4 seconds ease. And this is what we have. Now lastly, we change the background color. Now lastly, we change the box shadow, the shadows around the label. So when the input is checked, any label element which is a sibling to it, set the box shadow to 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 20 pixels, and the same neon green color. So here we made a mistake, it's a typo. Change it to 20 pixels. When it is checked, we have this neon green color. Now the border color should also be this neon green color. And then we go into the label declaration block and add a transition. For all the transitions, 0.4 seconds ease as well. And this is the final design. So yeah, that's how to create a custom checkbox with HTML and CSS. I hope this video helped you out. And if it did, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video. See you in the next video.